Daniel Kostick presents Premiership Elections in Albertan History. This election took place on June 19th, 1930, and was the seventh election in the province's history. It would be the first vote to take place after the start of the Great Depression. Premier Johnny Brownlee's first full term in office saw an expansion of provincial rights. In 1929, after years of negotiations, Brownlee won the right for the provincial government to have say and control over the province's resources from Prime Minister William Lloyd Mackenzie King. To this day, Alberta enjoys a great deal of control over its resources such as agriculture and oil and gas. Along with running a profit on and selling off government-owned railways to private interests, the United Farmers were able to run consistently balanced budgets. This allowed Brownlee to implement the progressive agenda of his party, passing the Sexual Sterilization Act in 1928. This allowed for widespread sterilization of the mentally ill, and despite it being viewed as barbaric in today's world, it was supported by people such as Nellie McClung and other moral reformers and progressive figures at the time. Having been unable to reverse the fortunes of his party in 1926, Joseph Shaw resigned as leader of the Liberal Party, and the party began a contest to replace him. In this race, three candidates would stand out. There was Hugh Montgomery, the chief magistrate and former MLA for Wetaskiwin, John MacDonald, the mayor of Fort Macleod, and William Howson, a lawyer from Edmonton. MacDonald would win on the third ballot, becoming the new party leader, and would serve concurrently with George Webster, the former mayor and current MLA for Calgary. Dominion Labour, despite maintaining support in Calgary, Edmonton, and the Rocky Mountains, had stagnated in large part due to the popularity of the UFA. Fred White was still the main figurehead of the party, but he had recently won re-election as a Calgary alderman and had to place more of his focus there. By successfully negotiating provincial control of resources from the federal government, the UFA had taken the primary platform plank away from the Conservatives. Alexander McGillivray had stepped down as leader in 1929, and the party replaced him with David Dugan, former mayor and current MLA for Edmonton. Since the UFA were so popular, Dugan was unable to expand the party into rural areas and focused his efforts on the major cities. During the campaign, Brownlee was criticized for his planned austerity measures, including attempts to have the federal government take a larger share of the costs in new social programs, such as the old age pensions. The opposition accused him of being a penny pincher, but despite this hit to his personal approvals and the ongoing depression, the UFA remained strong in rural areas. And here are the results. Johnny Brownlee won, securing 39 out of a possible 63 seats while securing 39.4% of the popular vote, down 4 seats and 0.3% compared to 1926. Next came John MacDonald, whose Liberal Party won 11 seats and 24.6% of the popular vote, up 4 seats and down 1.6% from 1926. Then came David Dugan, whose Conservatives won 6 seats along with 14.8% of the popular vote, jumping up 2 seats but dropping 7.3% since 1926. Finally came Fred White, whose Dominion Labour won 4 seats and 7.6% of the popular vote, a decrease of 1 seat and 0.2% since 1926. Despite the UFA remaining popular, its refusal to run in major cities and restrictions on party members having to be farmers was starting to put chips into their success. As populations slowly migrated into the cities, the UFA was unable to represent them properly. Public opinion also was starting to turn as the Great Depression was hitting rural Alberta particularly hard, and the UFA had not done a law to mediate the upcoming struggles of its base. While the Liberals would see an increase in seats, it was unable to expand much beyond its stronghold. The Conservatives again were locked into Calgary and Edmonton, and Dominion Labour continued to see its share of the vote decline. Alberta was looking ahead to a tough time, as the Depression would take hold and would lead to the rise of a new ideology, social credit. I'll see you in the next one.